anxiety, trauma, disassociation, and disease. These are the things that I keep running into patients and clients, or even people submitting their eyes into me, their iris analysis. I see the embedding of trapped trauma. And I don't even know the person. I can easily pick this up with the way how the body is expressing itself into the neural pathways that carve itself into the eyeballs, the irises. It's amazing stuff. And I use that as a tool to see the condition of and proceed into what you can do to relieve this, to find your cure or whatever. But here's one thing that really sticks out to me that's very common is trauma. Why are these people traumatized? They don't even know why they are experiencing the anxiety, the constant anxiety that keeps resurfacing. See, people, you have to dig into your childhood and see and feel what it was that left you immobile, that left your body frozen, that scared the shit out of you every time those type of traumatic experiences were placed on you, or that you thought was placed on you, but you perceived it in a painful way, right? So take all of those experiences and find a common ground to them. I bet you they all left you with a freeze response, an immobility, a disassociation from your body and your head. When you are faced with a threatening condition, a threatening situation, you are geared to fight and flight. You know, the fight or flight response, right? The adrenal glands, the epinephrine, norepinephrine. Those are geared to fighting, or you will run and flight. But there is a third response that no one is aware of, and that affects them and carries on with them into their present being, is the freeze response. You see, when you freeze, you are absorbing all of the chaos. At the same time, you are coming to an active stopping. So your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system is going crazy. It is going into this negative loop and absorbing all of the craziness into your neuromuscular memory, the embedding of trapped trauma. Whether it is in your gut, your liver, your adrenal glands, all of your organs, your vital organs, your muscular system, that leaves people crippled. They develop a hunch, or their head droops down, or sometimes, most of the time, too much worry will bring your transverse colon to sag, and that causes a lot of problems right there. A lot of acid puddles, toxic puddles that echo to the brain. There's a direct relationship between the transverse colon and the brain. See, in your embryonic stage of growth, that your brain was formed out of that, and all the organs and glands were formed out of your whole GI tract around that time. But totally different realm. The trappings of trauma get stored into your body, your implicit memory, right? See, people go to psychiatrists and therapists, doctors, whatever, and try to resolve these issues, but it's all declarative. It's all just talking about it. What you have to do is move this out of your body in a form of detoxification, either diet. I would say I would couple diet with exercise, or shaking the trapped trauma out. And how do you do that? You got to get with a highly skilled trauma therapist or a bioenergetics coach to release emotions, release the trauma out of the body, whether it's trapped in your organs, your neuromuscular memory into a certain location. After this has been released, you will feel like you have stepped out of the most refreshing shower ever. right? Or I can't say right because you haven't explored it yet. You haven't experienced it on your own yet. The shaking of the embedment of trauma. Remember, stress and anxiety is the prereq to trauma, depending on the severity and the intensity of what was experienced in the past. That stuff needs to be shaken out. It's old. If you keep this with you, if you only suppress these stressors, they will resurface and you would have to deal with them again and again. And at the same time, you would have to hide under the facade of a smile or a laugh or pictures that you post on Facebook, whether you're Instagram or whatever, that will uphold your image that you want. But really deep down inside, you have a lot of unresolved issues. Get that out and exercise the demons.